Preview.
So you see on CNBC, or at least I'm an avid reader of CNBC. It's a good way to keep an eye on things during the day, but you see private equity and $3 trillion of dry powder and whatnot. And I know we've been doing an awful lot with private equity, supporting them and kind of acquisitions of either, let's call it banner investments or add-ons, right, for the roll-up strategy. Courtney, I know you've been very involved in a few of those where we've been supporting kind of post-close from the transaction perspective. So maybe talk about the role that you played with a few of those roll-ups and what that might look like, and give a sense for how we supported that.
Yeah, so Brunton and I talked a little bit about this, but we have a private equity backed client that had a ton of acquisitions, all in different systems. And again, we were really thought of after the diligence process, but we really want to get them integrated on one system. It functions just better for everyone. And so going through that process is obviously cumbersome for everyone. There's a lot of times our clients just don't have capacity to take that on themselves. There's a lot of things that maybe they haven't seen before, but really getting them streamlined. So going through the process from the very beginning through testing, through the actual upload of financials is something that we can definitely take on and help with. And we also have so many resources within our Menino that we can reach out to, right? If we've never seen, we have a client right now that, we've never seen their ERP system previously. And it's definitely more of a manufacturing and more of a manufacturing tool than an ERP system, but we've been able to streamline things for them just with that, even having never seen that before. So we reach out to our resources within, really make sure that we have a good plan going forward, and then can be with them at every step of the way.
But it's really important to bring us in during the diligence
Agreed.
of things. Oftentimes you're not trying to fix all the gaps that you're noting, but you are being complete in noting those gaps, and then you have a roadmap that you can put together. So when Courtney or someone else on our team steps in, they're ready to go and ready to find the solutions that are needed.
Yeah, and Wendy, I'll dovetail off of that quickly and say, a good example of that was last year. We had an independent sponsor down here in Texas. They were acquiring let's call it a manufacturing, kind of steel manufacturing company. They knew what they knew and what they didn't know from the diligence perspective, and we're already lining us up, right, to help kind of transition and take it from a founder-led company to really getting them the information that they needed. They'd never been audited. Their inventory was effectively in someone's head or scratched on paper. And so, we can obviously help mature that very quickly by dropping in, because we all see it and we all read the news about the accounting profession and limited people, and there's fewer people coming into it and everyone's busy, right? So when you actually can plan and do it properly, I think we've all seen things go a little bit smoother from that perspective.
Yeah, and I would say too, if we're not brought in, during that due diligence process, there's things that we could find that maybe are issues or things that we need to fix that should have been caught as part of the due diligence process. And so I think sometimes we're overlooked in that piece of it, which is probably the most critical, is really getting in on day one. But it's also too, if it's listening to our clients. Like if we have a client right now who they are looking to sell a part of their business, and it's asking the right question. So have you thought through the held for sale, discontinued operations? And they had not thought through that. So that's something that we're able to support them on and take on, just given their limited capacity. So I would say one of the most important part of our jobs is just listening to our current clients as well.